today we're starting. I did that poll last week to see, what type of project we wanted to do next, and a pretty big majority wanted to do a comic strip type of project. So what I did today was I created these Jamboards, which is the Google app that's kind of just like a bulletin board, and I took your responses from the survey yesterday and kind of broke you out into the different roles. So this slide is for the writers, this one is for background illustration, and this one is for the character artists. So I'm hoping that we can get everybody kind of on board with this. I know that I did make a comment. I haven't used these Jamboards again or a lot, but I thought I had given permission, but it seems like everybody has to request access to get in there to edit it. So I do see some stuff in here. So Chris Rios, this is yours probably, right?
The blue is me, and then the green is Jaden.
Okay. Oh, I see. So, all right. So you commented on her posting. Got it. So you're thinking that, and so I wrote in here. These are writers. The consensus was I have a funny story about the school year in 2020. Each one of you write about 2 events that describe the 2020 in review. I don't know what I had this. Oh, I guess it gets cut off. It said make sure to add your name. Oh, all right. I was wondering why this red line appeared when I was typing, but I guess that means that you're running out of room. So I'm thinking that each of the writers will make like kind of 2 little scenarios. Then each of the character artists or background artists will make a background illustration, and that then the character artists will illustrate the characters that are in there. It gets a little tricky, I guess, as far as, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4 character artists here. Now, I was thinking today it would be nice if each person developed their own character and we kind of had them combined into these different scenes, or, once we have the scenes, maybe we can drop them in there. It's kind of going to be a work in progress, and it's not going to be the most kind of straightforward process, but if we're communicating, I think we can get it done. So let's see, Chris, you said a slightly exaggerated story about what happens in the super long time that it takes for Mr. E to open his door, starting from getting off the bus, getting to the door, and realizing we need to wait. The time is 7:50, a bunch of crazy stuff happens, depends on artists, and then characters check the time to realize only 1 minute has passed. So that's a lot of stuff happening there. That could almost be, that could kind of be the whole story.
Yeah, I was just summing it up. I didn't want to go into depth of it. So I was just writing like sort of an outline of what could be something, and then I see that Jaden added to that, like a part 2.
Yeah, and that's fine too. We can take this and kind of, instead of it being the whole year in review, maybe we do want to focus just on kind of one funny event. If that's easier to write and kind of go along that process, then that's certainly fine. I'm thinking like most comic strips are either 3 to 6 like cells or frames, so that's what I think I'd like to try to achieve through this.
Mr. Duza, I have to go. I'm sorry, but thank you for inviting me today, and I'd love to be invited back when these comic strips are done.
Okay.
So I could check them out. That'd be awesome.
Sure. Yeah, we normally meet like Tuesdays and Thursdays at 1, so maybe either this week or next week. I'll let you know.
All right, thank you. Bye, guys. It was so good to see all of you. All right, Bye, guys.
Bye. All right.
Wait, I have a quick question.
Yeah. No problem.
But where's the social media? I'm looking at it and I'm going, what do I have to do? Like, I'm reading it, and I also message Ben and my partners on what our ideas are going to be, and they're seeing that they're not in the group chat. I was asking you what could I do, because I just want to let them know, and
well, and that's a good question. That's actually an excellent question. And these things, I'm kind of developing as we're going along with this to try to make it doable for you guys. So for social media, you guys are going to kind of be posting each day and trying to build some hype for this comic strip, right? imagine that we're planning on releasing this comic strip. So
what would I have to like type up? Like I'm just because I was like stressing out. Like what am I gonna do? Where's my email receipts? Like where's this and that? I just need something.
all right, now what social platform do you use? Do you use any? Because I don't think
We
you
use
use.
like Twitter.
Okay, I wasn't sure if you did or not, but yeah, definitely. So on Twitter, you can write in there, hey, we're starting a new comic strip today, and I, we're gonna kind of think about just you don't want to give too much detail. You gotta want to kind of tease people. So maybe you want to say, you ever wonder what it's like, or
And do we
waiting.
tag you?
Say again.
Do we tag you like at LCBTS
Yes,
multimedia?
please, so that I definitely see that. So each day you can kind of give the audience a little more information on this, and you could even like research, press release for comic strip if you want to see, what type of other things people are writing.
Okay.
So you're our promoter really as our social media people, and you're trying to get people interested and looking forward to seeing the publishing of this comic strip. All right.
Okay.
So really, so I would kind of see, maybe wait a little bit longer. Maybe we'll get some other information, or, um, it's unfortunate. And that's what stinks about this project, kind of, is that we're going to be kind of waiting for people to do their parts. So right now, I didn't have anything for the background yet, and or the characters. Let's see. So Chris and Jaden submitted for the writing, but we don't have anything from Liam. So I'm gonna have to kind of get on people a little bit and kind of see if they can submit something to that. Joe, are you still interested in doing this, or are you?
Yeah, I'm currently working on it. That's why I haven't put anything in there yet. But I'm going to
Okay.
like within today or hopefully get as much as I can today. Now, trying just to come up with some designs, trying to see because I'm trying to because we're working it as a collective group, but it's like um I mean, I'm trying to just, like creative control, like what the, what I mean? I'm just thinking it logistically for writers and,
Yeah.
Artists, the right, I mean, I guess Chris Rios, I mean, for writers, I guess, did you have like a specific kind of style? Cause you and Jaden and whatever controlling the story, so I imagine obviously when it comes to the comics, the visual goes along with that. So is there, I guess I'll follow up with that question if there's like a distinctive style, because I can draw numerous amount of styles specifically, so it's a bit tricky to kind of stick with one specifically because I can do so many. So is there any like specifically you had in mind visually as you wrote the script?
Um,
Or
yeah. For me right now, what I was thinking more of a vocational setting. This is sort of exactly what I was waiting for. I kind of wanted to speak to both the artists and the other writers.
right,
I just
exactly.
wanted
I thought exactly.
So I totally agree with you that if we're going to do this as a group, we all need to be together while we're working on it, and we need to have ideas. Because like I could have an idea, but you could be like, wait, that's way too much to draw or make.
Yeah,
You know
you
what I mean?
input of what I can do, yeah.
Exactly.
I can do quite a bit because I can draw in many different styles. Like I can draw like in many different animation styles. So it's like sky's the limit on it. So
Yeah.
have a little fun with it. But I'm just trying to get a creative mind from you because you're the only writer here at the moment. So
Yeah.
trying to just understand what you know what I mean? Like because me,
I get what you mean.
yeah, you're like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? As an artist, trying to see what the writer sees so that I can give you the visual that you written,
Hmm.
I
what, that
I
makes
think
me think. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I think you really should just, like I wrote in here, draw a character you think you could draw in multiple poses. So I think, for this, choose your best style that you're going to have, the most detail, the most realism to. And because the writers might give you some type of, scenario, and I don't want you to get stuck on trying to create a character in a certain style. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I guess. If the character is superior, if I'm honest. I was just saying all that because like how, like going logistically of how we go about projects of how they're realistically done. You know what I mean? Like in the actual, business, like I'm just thinking like realistically, like, because normally, I mean, I know it's not conventionally traditional, you know what I mean? It's just a little project, but I'm not, you know what I mean? It's like, writers kind of have to give direction because they're the ones who pick the story,
sure.
and I'm just trying to like piece it all together in my head. I agree. I was gonna speak to Jaden actually, but I wanted to get it's Liam with us, right? Yeah, I wanted to get Liam to talk to him and see what they were thinking. Because I didn't want just to be me. You get what? Yeah, I completely understand. Yeah, I got you. But I'm thinking, real quick, while we're talking about it, we're getting a little creative on the process. Maybe I'm thinking we should get the students that are like involved in everything. I'm thinking maybe it'd be best if we maybe do like if you guys are cool with it, like maybe like a Zoom chat where we can all get into so that we can all be together creatively and try to get this whole thing like put together. Yeah. I was thinking the same thing to just get all of us together because right now it gets the point across, but sometimes it goes like quicker if we're all just together and we're like bang bang bang. I totally yeah. I'm thinking that might be the best. You know what I mean? Just like getting Jaden and everybody on board, and then so that we're all here and then you know what I mean? Yeah. It's something we should probably do if we're gonna get creative. And what? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's what? 9 of us.
Well, yeah, 3 writers.
Yeah.
1,
There's
2.
actually 11.
11.
5.
Yeah, I counted it earlier.
6, 7, 8. No, I only have 9.
Matt and Jai Chin as artists, and then it's
as character artists. 2 background artists I wrote.
Me, Ben, and Mike are the social media
Oh,
promoters.
that's true. I forgot. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. So that'll be 11. Yeah.
Now, I mean, it's going to be difficult though coordinating everybody together. Just I don't even know, who gets the information and because I can post stuff like an announcement tonight and say, hey, like we're going to set up a time tomorrow, like 9:30 or something or whatever you guys want to do, but we can't guarantee that people are going to be there. But I guess the more people you have involved there, the better the product is going to be.
Well, I was suggesting that because it's easier when everyone's together. You know what I mean? Cause, like,
yeah.
Without, because I'm the only artist here and Chris is the only writer here, so it's like it makes it all easier when we have all the creative team in one space. Yeah. So that
I'm only social media promoter.
Whether or not everybody shows up, I mean, still, it's still something that a way for us to talk. Yeah, just what I was just thinking is just like just put something on your Discord page and put something like you're saying, like just put like a ad or whatever on there, just hey, we're doing this, you know what I mean, and others get connected that way, and then that's what I was thinking as I was saying it, but there's many different ways you can do it, obviously.
I think though, and so you can do Discord and then do like a shared Google Doc or something or a slideshow so that people are kind of working and seeing what you're doing at the same time, or you can do a Meet or a Zoom session and then you can share a screen as you guys are working. I'm thinking it's kind of easier to work with a Google Doc because then people don't necessarily have to be because you're not going to have problems with different people trying to share their screens. I'm worried that might be a difficulty. So if you're just working collaboratively, like on a document, though, then you can see what's happening in real time.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
I
think it's all worth the shot. Yeah. Yeah. Everything more. Yeah, I totally understand. That's probably something that might be a good idea to do, I guess. Yeah.
So what time do you guys would work for you guys tomorrow since you're here, the 3 of you?
Does this include me or?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep, everybody.
Oh, my bad, sorry.
Okay. Let me look at my calendar real quick to make sure I'm doing it tomorrow. Wednesday?
Yeah, tomorrow's Wednesday.
Yep. If we're putting everyone in consideration, I would say maybe like 9 o'clock, 9:30ish would be a solid time. I'm not sure, maybe a bit later.
You mean AM or PM? You mean
AM?
AM, okay.
Actually, I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow, at 9:30. So, yeah. I'll probably be home at like 11.
Maybe we can just
at the latest.
go like straight down the middle and just say noon.
Why not just go like one like we've always done?
Because one's a bit late. If we, like for me,
Yeah.
I know that I was working on it, and then I was like, wait, I would like to get people's input, and I had to wait until now.
Okay.
It feels like the earlier you go.
Yeah, I agree. Like the earlier the better.
Yeah.
It's never up, kind of, you know, and just our brains are kind of up. Yes.
And while I have you guys here, what do you think about that idea about having us, you know, going to go and then waiting for E? What do you guys think about that story?
I think it's a good idea. I think it's a very basic, but yet has a lot of complexity in its simplicity.
Like it's simple, but it can also be complicated depending.
Yeah. I actually, now that you say it, I do have a question. So it's like, so you have that. So you wrote the whole story kind of as it's all taking place in the hallway as we're waiting for him, and then he comes in. You know what I mean? Is that kind of?
Yeah, I think that was the idea more just to have it all just happening in the hallway, and you're like, what just happened? But then I also see that Jared added more, so I wasn't sure if you wanted to keep it more simplified, where we're like, where there's dialogue between characters, leading to what she said, how we decide to open the door ourselves, and we go in.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
I feel like for a comic though, that's like almost too detailed. Like, are you going to be able to express that in using images and just like a couple little thought bubble thing, you know, captions?
Well, okay, depends how the layout is of the page.
You said you wanted 3 or 6 frames?
I think 6 is pretty typical. Yeah. And with this too, the other thing is, you know, then I guess we'd have to change the title because it's not really going to be the school year in 2020 review. This is more of just like a specific type of event. Yeah, more of a day in the life of kind of.
That's how I mean. That's what I would imagine.
Yeah. Would that be okay with you, Mr. Duza?
Yeah, that's fine by me.
All right.
Okay, yeah, so it's in the hallway and stuff. Okay, cool. That just
well, with that, now I gotta think about how do we have a story within like a 6-frame story, you know? Because like you could just keep building upon it, but there, you know, it also has to be, you know, beginning, middle, end.
Right. You want to have like it's like you have the concept and the setting of like, okay, we're in the school hallway. The mystery's gonna come at some point. Try to open the door. This is happening, but what's gonna happen in between that? So I don't know why, but I'm thinking a lot of that show Community right now.
No, I was thinking the exact same thing. I was like, this sounds like Community.
Because that whole setup was like in the hallway. Because like in my head when you said that, I was thinking immediately the setting. Like let's say like if this was an adaptation of like let's say like a film. Let's say I would imagine like the front of the hall, like the front of the school, and like that whole hallway area. You know what I mean? It just reminded me of the show, like 100%. You know, so I'm kind of getting that vibe right now.
So let's see, and let's do a little test here. All right, because I'm trying to think of the most fluid type of platform that we can kind of contribute to, collaborate, and still have some abilities with. Like, because, I mean, Jamboard, there's not much to create with. You have a pen, but, I mean, I guess you could do some stick figures and stuff, but maybe something like Google Drawings might be a little bit better, because now we could kind of just go in here, and this could be, like, the first frame, right? And, or if we kind of represent, like, try to storyboard this thing out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing. Kind of, so we have at least the basic idea.
Right, and actually, oh, I'm on the wrong account. Darn it. Let me do this. I'm going to share this with you guys, and then we can kind of collaborate. We can collectively even work on this now and kind of get through some of the details. And then maybe when we have if you have the meet tomorrow, then you know, you can kind of get even further. Let's see if I'm in the right one now. Okay.
Hey, Chris, real quick. Chris Rios. What's up? Did you have a favorite, just so I'm just trying to do the hands for planning here, so I have an idea. Do you have, like, a favorite cartoon that you had as, like, a kid or something? Like, what was your favorite one? If you had one.
I've watched so many cartoons, but I never really thought about it.
Alright, so we've taken this story, and we're now going to try to kind of space it out and segment it into different parts. So maybe in this first frame, do you think the part getting off the bus is important? Writers, do you think, Chris, do you think that's important? And actually anybody, you know, you guys, all your input is valid.
When I was writing it, I thought it was important, sort of like to have like an establishing shot for
Yeah.
the first frame.
Okay.
Also, if you wanted to just like throw the people into the comic story and be like, oh yeah, they're already in like the hallway, or they're already in the middle of the conversation, I think that also could be more something that'll be less artwork.
Yeah.
I think it's good. I think it's a good way to start it off, kind of.
Which way?
What you were just saying with the bus. Or what we were. Yeah, like getting off, like kind of having it like far away, maybe, or like, and then, you know, getting kind of close to the school or whatever.
Yeah, kind
of. I would do something very simple. So then we could have sort of outline or like an animated version of Bo, in a way.
Yeah. Maybe this one would be like this one would be kind of a long shot seeing the students lined up outside the door.
Mm-hmm. That's why I didn't want people to go like super extravagant with the artwork, because I felt like if we kept it simple, that would be more we could do, say with like the building or with characters and stuff.
Yeah, creatively, the less amount of like art, like the simpler the art, the better the story.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you. I know exactly, you know.
But something that I was thinking about was it sort of came to me right now what it was thinking about. It was like Magic School Bus though. I was thinking more like Diary of the Wimpy Kid, where everything was more simple and you get where you're supposed to be. But
yeah.
Also do other,
I would definitely like to see some kind of lesson coming out of this, even if it's funny, you know, not so serious. You know, I think that in any comic strip, there's like some kind of lesson or theme or like kind of revelation that is come to, right?
Yeah.
So we should think about that and, you know, determining where the story is going here. So what do you guys, you know, what do we get out of this? I mean, I know this is kind of a daily type of routine. Everybody comes in and you're waiting and you're anxious to go, and you open the door yourself and you see us there kind of plotting. So, like, should this ending be changed, or should we, you know, make it somehow more climactic? You know, that's something maybe you want to think about with that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm being lifesavers.
All right. So you guys should all have this shared with you. I see Joe and... Yep. You guys are both logged in. So you can keep kind of filling in your scenes here. And then I would say the artists can, as you do your character poses or something, you should be able to just insert it right into here. So like if you did a drawing, you can just upload it and, you know, insert it into there. Definitely make your files PNGs so that we can retain transparency and do layering, right?
Actually, that brings me to that brings to another good question. Actually, I probably should ask before. So, Chris, when you wrote this, how many characters are there initially? So that I, you know what I mean?
Initially, what I was thinking was, if we kept it simple, we could have
if we kept it simple, you could have like almost a full classroom, but they wouldn't be fully drawn. If you know what I mean? Can you say it again, like characters?
Like what you were saying, like Diary with the Kid style, very simple.
Yeah, if you did something simple, you could have, you know, more than 2 to 3 characters. But if you wanted to keep it more of a contained story, make it easier, I feel like if we had, say, 1 or 2, six figures, to have like 1 or 2 characters.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
Hmm?
Okay, no, I'm just, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm actually just reading my diary, I
Oh,
broke out my
yeah.
diary kid just to look at the illustrations here. And my dog is walking. And just to get an idea of what you're saying, and I actually think this is actually a better idea. Because that way it's kind of one continuous style, but yet just everything can be very distinct in characters and like features and whatever. It's just saying artistically it's easier that way, you know.
So what if we followed like this format for each kind of cell here? If we have, you know, because this is going to help the artists do their illustration, students getting off a bus.
Yeah.
And then I think there should be a caption on each cell. And I just kind of threw this in there. I don't know if you guys want to modify that as far as kind of what the, almost like the meme, right? You think about each one of these cells is going to be a meme that's kind of connected, that creates a story almost, right?
Mr. Joseph, did you just say meme?
I did.
Okay.
Like,
top right, top text, bottom text, you know, just.
Right? Like each frame could be a meme, and then they're all kind of connected together somehow by this overlying message, right? Or, you know, or I don't know. I'm just kind of thinking of how we can make this entertaining, and but yet still, I think, descriptive of what we're doing. So hopefully this is kind of like a good format to follow. Oh, this should be... I didn't mean to put this like this, because this is frame 1. Maybe I won't change it up. I'm just trying to label them so that when we know which one follows, you know, kind of the ordering that they're in.
Yeah. No, I agree. That way we have something to go off of, so for us to draw it on.
And there's no confusion about which one is happening when.
Yeah.
So if we say 2...
Yeah. Yeah, Chris, you know, if you ever get on here at some point and write the whole thing out, at some point I could give you a rough illustration of that.
Of that? Yeah.
If you want.
Right now, I'm trying to write everything so that it makes sense.
Yeah. That's probably when we should have everybody over so we can all like rough copy it, I guess. Together.
Can you guys share this? Does it give you sharing rights?
Oh, let me check.
I'll look as well.
Yes.
All right, good.
You can check.
Just in case, you know, there's somebody in here I forgot, and you're meeting with them, then you can add them to it.
All right.
All right. So I think that's kind of a good format that we can follow here with this, and you know, it's going to be, as I say, a kind of, they would call this a concurrent design. All these things are kind of happening at once. So, you know, Marty, I know you're waiting for, you're trying to get some kind of meat to talk about in your press release. So
yeah, like on just an idea, like what I'm doing. I'm also been like talking to Mike as we speak.
Okay.
Like, what's the idea of what we're doing? Like just teasing and stuff, or?
Yeah, you're trying to kind of raise awareness to this and kind of let people know that we're working on this, and hopefully then, you know, we could kind of have some kind of like release type of, I don't know, party or something in an ideal world. You know, try to have this big, you know, reception of our project here. So, Alright, so that would be the order, going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and for each one, I think if you have an artist description, I think that would be the first thing, right? Let's try to visualize what's going to happen in each one of these frames, and then our artists can go back and kind of work out the details of what it's going to look like in there. Does that sound like a plan?
I have to go.
Okay. Chris, I'll set one of these up, these drawings, for the PM also. Alright? So, and then I'll get it shared with everybody for tomorrow.
Okay.
Do you have a preferred time for you to work tomorrow, Chris? If we did try to organize a meet or something for you guys?
I'm good whenever except for 2, because at 2 o'clock I gotta meet with my
another class.
English class.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks for coming, and hopefully we'll keep moving here. All right.
Okay. See you guys.
All right. See you.
Later, Chris.
Hey.
All right. So for tomorrow, then, let's see here if we go back. I'm just going to start by reusing my post from today. Tomorrow we'll try to get that Google drawing like kind of planned out, right? Hopefully we can get everybody together and have a discussion.
Oh, we can see behind the scenes on how Tuesday posts his post.
This is how all the magic happens.
Oh, it's just waiting until it's about letting out. We see a notification on your phone. Mr. Tuesday posted a new assignment.
Yeah, sorry, do I wake you up?
No, I'm up. I'm always up.
Alright, actually I'm going to say here, meet, before we do that, so you guys want to say 10:30? I think that'd be the safest that I would be home for.
Yeah, we can do 10:30.
Or, you know what? Can you guys make a meet and just post it on my page? Because I think my fear is if I don't make it back in time, then you guys are all waiting around for me. But if you guys set it up, then you can start it and you don't necessarily have to wait for me, right?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we can definitely do that.
So why don't one of you try to set up that meet right now, and you can I'll post this assignment and then you can just put the link to it. Alright, so just if you want to start setting up the meet, and I'm gonna just write a couple more words here and then we'll add that. Alright, so open the drawing and fill in the storyboard with the artist description and captions for, say, frames 1 through 6. Alright. So we're going to get rid of the Jamboard. I'll get rid of this meet. I think I have to get rid of that. And I'll go to Drive. And we'll put this in here. And I will get this link to our to that. Alright. And I'm going to assign this so that way whoever's working, you'll get a heads up, and then be ready for that tomorrow. What time do you think you want to meet at? You were saying then, like 9:30, 10 o'clock? Maybe 10 o'clock?
Yeah, 10.
Yeah, 10 should be good.
Alright.
I'm down with whatever.
Alright, so I'm going to assign this. That way it pops up and kind of gives people notice. And then that way whoever creates the that meet can just add that as a link down there. Alright?
Okay. Is there any way that we could, like, tag specific people?